If you're looking to finance a house or finance a car, to get a credit card, or even to have a cell phone here in the United States, you need to have a good credit. I have more than 830 points in my credit score. And another score that they use here in the US is the FICO score, which I have it at over 840 points. All this allowed me to finance a property at 2.8%. So in this video, I would like to show you how I actually accomplished this, how you can actually do it as well, and all the steps that you need to follow to ensure that you can reach the perfect credit score. At the end of the video, I also would like to share with you a secret that someone here in the US shared with me that helped me accelerate all this process in a significant way. Welcome to my channel. In my channel, I would like to show you how I can reach financial independence, and part of this process is to have a good credit. So I am going to show you all the steps necessary that you need to follow if you want to achieve great credit and get to enjoy many benefits of having a good credit. So if this is the first time you're watching my videos, I don't have any debt. And I am finishing paying this property that I financed after the pandemic at 2.8%. So I have 830 points, and I have a FICO score of over 842 points. But let me tell you that this did not happen by luck. This is all process that I followed, and I had a lot of discipline to accomplish all this. So I am going to show you 4 steps that you need to follow if you want to have a perfect credit. And don't forget that at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the secret of how you can accelerate this. So step number 1, you need to keep the percentage of your debt in credit cards under 10%. So check this out. I have 29 credit cards. Yes, you hear me right. I have 29 credit cards. I only use one, and I don't owe anything to the credit card companies. I don't pay them any interest because I don't want to give my money to the banks. So what I do is I use only one credit card, and every 2 weeks when I get paid from my job, I pay this credit card entirely. So why do I have so many credit cards? Because it's about the percentage of your debt. So if you have a total balance in credit cards of $1,000, you shouldn't be using more than $100, which is 10% of the entire balance. So that's why I want to have more credit cards. And the reason is because if I have $1,000 balance in one credit card and I use $1,000, that means that I owe 100% of the balance, and that looks really bad for the banks. But if I owe $1,000 and my credit balance in all my credit cards is $200,000, that means that I'm using 0.5% of the entire credit. So keep your balance of your entire credit cards under 10%, and please do not pay interest to the banks, because we want to make money with the banks and not give our money to the banks. And why do I say we want to make money from the banks? The reason why I also have so many credit cards is because I get free money from the credit cards when I signed up for them. So for example, some credit cards, just for spending $1,000, they give me $200. And it's an easy way to make $200. Some years, I actually make thousands of dollars just from the free money that the companies give me for spending the regular stuff that I use every day. So let's go with the step number 2, which is, I think, the most important, and it's about your history of payments. One of the worst things you can do is to pay your credit card late, and this will really damage your credit. If you pay late or you stop paying your credit cards, this is going to damage your credit significantly. So please, if you cannot pay your credit card in the entire amount, at least pay the minimum every month. Step number 3 is the age of your credit. So if you have a credit card that you had for 10 years, that means that your credit has an age of 10 years, which is really good. But if you signed up for a credit card today, then your 10 years with the zero gets divided and the average will get to 5 years. So it cuts it in half. So even though this affects your credit, it doesn't affect as much, or it might affect your credit just temporarily for 1 or 2 months. And this is the step number 4. So try to keep your applications to credit at minimum. So I have a few credit cards, but doesn't mean that I am applying for credit cards every single week. I apply for like 3 or 5 a year. But then the more applications you do to your credit, the worse you're going to look for these credit bureaus. And this is the reason why. Let's say you apply for a credit card, you get denied, and you apply for another one, and you apply for another one, and another one. They're going to say something is wrong. Why are they applying for so many credit cards? Maybe something is wrong in their finances. So try to keep the applications to the minimum, especially if you get denied. So these are the 4 steps for today. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about these 4 steps? But I'm gonna tell you now the secret that someone here in the US, when I arrived to the US, this gentleman gave me a really good advice that helped me skyrocket my credit score very, very quickly, especially because I had a brand new credit. So I had no credit, no credit cards, and this is what I did. I gathered $1,000 and I went to the bank and I opened a CD, which is a deposit that you put in the bank and you get interest on it. Normally you get 3 or 5% if you leave the money there for a year. Then a few days later, I went to the bank and I gathered a loan against my CD. So they gave me up to 80% of my money. So they gave me $800 as a loan. And they give you up to a year to pay that loan, because your money, your $1,000, is as a deposit in the bank in case you decide not to pay that loan. So what I did is in 3 months, I actually paid the entire $800 in full, closing my loan. And this is what happened. The bank reports this loan to the credit bureaus, showing that they made me a loan. And this loan is similar to a house, or if I purchase a car or finance a car. Then the bank reported to the credit bureaus that I paid that loan in full, which showed really good sign for the bank and for the credit bureaus that I was a really good person, that I wanted to pay all my debts in time and even ahead of time. So at that moment, my credit score skyrocketed. And when the term of the 1-year CD expired, I went to the bank and I took my money plus the interest. So this is what I did. I hope this really helps for you to get the perfect credit, because I would like you to succeed, because the idea is that you can make the money work for you instead of just working for money your entire life. If you like everything that you saw in this video, please consider to hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, because I have so much information that will help you reach financial independence. And don't forget that the best is yet to come.